Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today we are on location at our, what I call it, our greenhouse, but also known as my parents' basement. And today we're going to continue our seed starting series on tomatoes. Let's get after it. So just like with our pepper starting series, I'm going to show you some tips and tricks that we've done over the last couple of years to help get those seedlings started in the right direction. So a simple question you might be asking yourself is, when am I supposed to start these things? And our rule of thumb, we are in zone 5. We look at 4 to 6 weeks prior to your last frost date. So if you don't know what your last frost date is, go ahead and look that up and then go back 4 to 6 weeks. That is the most opportune time to start your tomatoes. So for this process, all you're going to need is a red Solo cup or any plastic cup that's 16 ounces. You're going to drill 4 holes in the bottom. Those are your drainage holes as well as your bottom water feeding holes for the soil to soak up for your seedling. So you're going to start with your potting soil or seed starting mix. Make sure that it's pre-moistened. Pre-moistened is if you kind of wring it out. It's like a wet sponge, but not too wet or damp. This will help get everything started in the right direction. You're going to fill this up to about 2/3, maybe about just over halfway. The reason why we're going to do that is tomatoes are a little bit different than most plants. With a tomato, as it starts to sprout, everything on its stem, if it's buried, will start to produce more roots. So as it starts to grow, you can keep adding more and more soil to this. And so as this tomato seedling starts to grow and it fills up over the top of this cup, you can keep adding more and more soil to go up that stem, and it can produce more robust, strong roots to supercharge that seedling before you need to plant it out in your garden. So I will be growing 4 different varieties or 4 different types of tomato this year. The first one is our tried and true, the one that we absolutely fell in love with last year, is the Amish Gold Slicer. So if you like the kind of comparison of a beefsteak tomato and the functionality of a Roma tomato, this is your go-to one. This is a indeterminate one. The next one is our Sweet Million cherry tomatoes. You want a prolific one, this is the one that you can plant. This will live up to its name of Sweet Million. You will have millions of cherry tomatoes if you plant this one. That is an indeterminate as well. And then our 2 determinate ones are our simple Mariana hybrid one, which is a Roma type one that we use for all of our sauces and salsas and everything else when it comes to canning. And our last one, another determinate one, is our Wisconsin 55s. So we live in Wisconsin, we're going to grow Wisconsin 55s. So you heard me mention indeterminate and determinate. So if you're unfamiliar with those 2 terms, a determinate tomato is it will grow to a certain height and then it will put all their fruit out at once and then it's done. An indeterminate has an indeterminate set height. Like it will just keep growing and growing and growing and setting out fruit after fruit after fruit as long as you keep up with picking it or until frost kills it. So the first one that we're going to plant is our Sweet Million hybrid. So that is our cherry tomato. Like I talked before, these are super prolific. When you're planting in your solo cups, I do one thing. Rule of thumb, we're going to plant 2 seeds in the cup. That's kind of like an insurance policy. If one germinates and the other one doesn't, you at least have something growing in there. If both of them grow, hey, that's awesome. And then you just have to determine which one you want to keep. So we got our seeds here. I'm going to take these tiny little buggers. We're going to put one in there and another one. Move on to the next cup. 1 seed, 2 seed. We're going to be planting 4 of these cups for these. So there's 3 done. And then I got 3 seeds left, so we're going to throw them all in this one. Then what you do, take a little bit of your seed starting mix, put it on top, Take your label, whatever you use, stick that in your cup, and you're good to go. And here is the finished product. We have them all labeled. So we have 24 solo cups with 2 seeds of each one in each cup. What you'll do is you'll throw them in a tray. That way you can water them from the bottom. Hence the reason why we have the holes drilled in the bottom of the cups. And then until you see sprouts, you're gonna put a humidity dome on here just to keep that moisture inside there. As soon as you see sprouts, take this off, and then make sure you start throwing grow lights on, like what we have up here with our cauliflower, broccoli, and Brussels sprouts. And that is our quick start guide to tomato planting or tomato seed starting. I hope you guys all enjoyed the video. Don't forget to like and subscribe, or even share this with somebody that you think would benefit from hearing this information. We've been doing this seed starting technique with our tomatoes. This will be our 2nd year in a row. And last year when we did it, by far was the most prolific tomato crop I've ever had in my entire life. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and we'll see you guys next time.